Greetings, Rigil Agateiades here, and today we're putting big holes in gyms. I don't think the mobile suit for today needs much introduction. After all, it's such an iconic mobile suit. This is the 350 cost general type, Char's Zugok. As menacing as a mobile suit can get, all it took was 3 nails and red paint to make this Zugok the scariest looking mobile suit ever. And it's not just the looks. As the mobile suit for the Red Comet himself, his performance is one for a real ace pilot. As in being really tricky to use. This Zugok is not made for the average scrub. With fragile armor that can't take more than a few shots, clearly this suit is not designed with getting hit in mind. In exchange, the weapons and skills on this mobile suit are simply absurd. Absurdly strong and absurdly hard to use. The main weapon on the Zugok comes with 3 firing modes: double fire, single fire, or burst fire. Each with their own purpose. The double fire mode comes with an instant stagger. The single fire mode comes with a lot of damage and 35% stagger per hit. And the burst fire mode comes with 60% stagger accumulation every burst. Swapping to the right firing mode is already handful enough, but there's even more to these fire modes to make them tricky. The double fire mode can only be fired standing still, but that's already a piece of cake compared to the offhand firing mechanic. With the single and burst fire modes, the Zugok fires the beam from the offhand, so when you're moving right, it fires from the left. When you're moving left, it fires from the right. The exact opposite of where you want to fire them from. To avoid getting soaked up by cover, these beams have to be fired holding the opposite direction input, a habit that takes quite some getting used to. But once you're done with that, these claw vice beams are incredible. Doing extremely high damage for a beam weapon at 350, Char's Zugok isn't a melee machine, but an actual general type that can handle any situation. Well, impact sight is a bit of a stretch, but you get the idea. Enemy team spawned, and it's time to show what these claw vice beams can do. We start with the single fire shot. 3 shots of 35% stagger gets us the first stagger. Follow it up with the double fire and we lock our enemy in place. And knowing that the Zaku half cannon has no emergency evasion, we're free to melee. Knock him down, follow up with 3 more single fire shots, and that's a fresh solo kill. These claw vice beams are powerful, but what really makes this suit an ace mobile suit is its skills. Unthinkable at 350, this red Zugok comes with both maneuver armor and emergency evasion level 2. So it's hard enough to stop and even harder to finish off. Blessed by the superior red coloring, we dish out a whole mobile suit's worth of damage even without cover by evading almost everything possible. It's incredible enough to have both maneuver armor and emergency evasion at 350. In fact, 2 evasions, as level 2 makes it only take 85% of your thruster capacity. But Char's Zugok doesn't stop there. On top of all that is the special skill EX boost, giving Char's Zugok an extra evasion or tackle in the press of a button to deliver the strongest counter I've ever seen. With a 6,000 damage special counter and a skill counter boost, our powered gym ended up just like the old gym in Jabro. With up to 3 evasions, it takes 3 staggers to force a Char's Zugok to overheat, and a counter that can literally one-shot a Zanny means you don't want to take your chances. Instead, you want to mow down Char's Zugok with overwhelming ranged fire given its low defense. With 15,000 base health and low resistance across the board, a support type can easily take down the Zugok with their typing advantage. But as if Char would let you do that. Of course, we're not going to let ourselves take 3 hits from the support type on the Zugok. Since we have a lot of close range slots, we can put on all the thruster parts we can and reach 89 thrusters. Add on top the skill optimized cooling efficiency to take even less thrusters when repositioning, and Char's Zugok is the one choosing where to fight. All that thruster isn't just for repositioning before you spend them all on evasions though, because what takes Char's Zugok from an ace mobile suit to the ace mobile suit is the missile launcher. At first, the missiles look like the ones you find on the old Zugok. 6 missiles that can be fired on thrusters and hence maneuver armor, but takes 3 hits to get an accumulated stagger. Well, it's mostly the same on this Zigok, but this time, you have a normal stagger on every one of them. The difference is huge. Instead of risking not getting a stagger because you only hit twice, any single hit on Char's missiles can get you a stagger from 350 meters away. The only thing keeping it from being the most busted weapon at 350 is its long 15-second reload time. Otherwise, I'll be spamming it for days. With 3 evasions and 3 instant staggers if you overheat the double claw vice beams, Char's Zigok is quite literally 3 times a normal mobile suit as we get a 3rd kill in a row. But that doesn't mean you can dive headfirst into the enemy on this mobile suit. Maneuver armor level 1 doesn't reduce the damage you take, nor the stagger accumulation on you, and the relatively low defense of this mobile suit means you're far from unstoppable. Instead, this suit excels at being tricky. With so many tools in your disposal, you're targeting enemies based on their strengths and weaknesses. This means you have to know your enemies well, just like the famed ace pilot himself. Know what your enemies can throw at you and you can flexibly avoid them. Even better when you know what their weakness is, such as lack of range on the booth hover type, so that you can stagger them quickly and take the kill with your high damage. Final respawn, but I realized I haven't used EX boost even once. Holding down the thrusters, I'm deliberately trying to overheat this thing now. Booth hover type managed to avoid all our normal staggers, but would eventually catch him with our iron nails. And we still have thrusters left. Turns out we just never needed EX boost after all. That was some appropriate results for Char's Zigok. From a gameplay point of view, Char's Zigok is a really well designed mobile suit. Its performance is exceptional, but it really only shines in experienced hands, both mechanically and strategically. Exactly what you'd expect from a mobile suit for the Red Comet. While the map wasn't the best for this mobile suit, especially at the start, by knowing our opponent and making the right choices, we managed to score 7 kills and top the damage chart. Didn't top diversion, but that's not what Char would do, right? That's it from me today. I actually don't think the live action Char from that weird game long ago looked bad at all, and latest.